You're the makers of the Supreme Ambient Rejection 12, our Supreme Exotic Ambient Rejection 15, and the Advanced Ambient Rejection 17. That's the front and rear technology. All right, so I need to put on a decentable shirt because I have my pajama shirt on right now, or my lazy man shirt, whatever you want to call it, and get ready for this demonstration. Now, I already did a version of this pre-recorded because I really need to zoom up on the screen. We have two screens here. One of them is a generic screen or third-party screen, and coated with 12 on a fixed frame screen. And the other side is an official Surface from Elite Screen. So how I was able to obtain 135-inch of the Elite Screen Surface was the fact that I ordered one of their screens. I did an unboxing here, putting it together, and the tension rods were missing. And it just became a complete nightmare on just trying to get those tension rods. So long story short, we got our money back. They never took back the screen, so we just kept the screen. That's how we got it. That's an official Elite screen right there. All right, so let me go change, put something else on real quick. I'm just in here setting up my projectors, getting ready. You can check out Groot in the corner as I get ready for this. I need to. Okay, people. It is early in the morning. I gotta be up. All right, so put you guys over here. Whew, man, I got a long day today. Got a long day today. Got a lot of work to do. All right, so let's come over here real quick. So, okay, we have the Elite screen. Now, I was trying to figure out exactly what projector to use. And the live demonstration, I'm sorry, pre-recorded, I used the Christie 505, but I really want to use this one right here due to the fact that this also pertains to companies. I've got a lot of companies inquiries asking me about white screens and our black technology. And as I said before, companies use these particular projectors right here, these really high-end big boy projectors. So just to show you that if I can get a contrast level to produce on a projector that, I mean, this projectors run somewhere between, like I said, 4,600 brand new, and that's without the lens on this high-end projector, then pretty much on any other projector, it's just not going to show. All right, so I'm going to put my camera here. I'm going to fire up my big boy. I got to run it through the PS system. We'll get this thing up and going. As a matter of fact, I gotta add some juice. Oh, kill switches, I keep forgetting. For this projector, I like to keep my kill switches off. There we go. Like I said, I only use this projector behind me for work, that's it. So I already ordered, now my battery pack here that runs this machine here pretty much will give me about 2 hours to play time for this. And usually when I'm doing demonstrations, I'm not going to be on for 2 hours. I'm lucky if I'm on even for 30 minutes. So the next system I got coming in, because when I go outside, I'm going to have to do longer demonstrations. That's going to give me something like 12 or 14 hours of play. All right. No input detected. No input detected. Okay, system on. Gaming system on. So right now we have full 1080p, that's sorry, full 1080p, this is a 720p projector. We got a 720p projector running at 6,500 lumens. And this is running on my PS4, running through my Christie. Sorry about that. And you can see even at 6,500 lumens, you are still not going to be able to get the desired picture that you want, even if your screen is white. I'll come back here for a minute. Okay. We don't have sound running this one. I have to get a soundbar connection for this. I'm gonna get some small speakers for it, some computer speakers for it. I gotta clean the daylight out of my lens. My lens is really dirty. All right. And like I said, even at 6,500 lumens, white screen's not going to pick up. It's just not. And I have, like I said, I've talked to churches and people they're going to be using these projectors, especially for, since COVID, and sorry to say it has to be done this way, but you have people who are going to be doing these setups outside. Having restaurants seating inside, a lot of people now want to bring it outside with a projector. And usually people are going to be using projectors of 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 projectors. And they feel that they're going to be able to do this on a white screen and be able to produce a beautiful image. It's just not going to happen. Your contrast levels are going to be missing like crazy, even at 6,500 lumens. Now, it's not about being able to relate to the projector. It's to show you that even with a piece of equipment this high up, that you still can't see contrast. So if this projector is not going to be to pull up on the white screen, then there is no way in the world anything else is going to pull up underneath of it, or probably over top of it also too. All right, so let's grab some stuff real quick. Let me see. I'm going to go over and get the Starfield screensaver first. I'm going to do that one first. And there we are at 6,500 lumens. You're not going to be able to pull any form of contrast at all whatsoever. I had to do this around 6 o'clock because I need to be dark in here so you can see this. There you go. There's your 65. If you're using, like I said, doesn't make a difference because I said before, I use the highest caliber projector I have in here just to show you that anything underneath this thing is not going to pick up. And even over it's not going to pick up. You're just not going to be able to pick up a contrast level. And this is why when you're in the dark, you're not actually seeing, you're not seeing black, you're actually seeing shades of gray. That's what you're picking up. There is the color blue. You picked up right there. As you get black screen's picking up blue, white screen's not picking up anything. What is that? I got something weird. Right there. See it right there across my screen? What is that? Hold on for a minute. It's hitting something. Oh, okay. That was on the. I was about to say. I thought that was coming off my projector for me. I was like, "What is that inside?" It's from the video. So if I go back here to blue, for some reason, It's something in their video that's causing that mark right there. Because remember, I thought that was coming from my projector behind me. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. Now that piece of equipment. Yeah, see right there? I thought that was coming off my machine, and it's not. It's actually coming off the video that I'm playing. That's where that's coming from. Whew. All right, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. All right, so we just showed blue. Now we're going to show green. Right there. Now I can do this with the lights up, too. And also, too, just to show you that, now if you see right here, you see how so much white light is reflecting on the ceiling and onto the floor over here. You can see where our technology is drawing it in. It's not allowing for any light to escape. We can actually see a solid green on that side. All right. Let's go over to this one right here. Now, as you can see again, where the screen is reflecting too much white light. Pause it here. You can see where the white light is reflecting all over the ceiling, and right here on the black technology is absorbing all the excess light. Those of you who had dedicated home theater rooms and you're setting up a projector, this is why when you turn your projector on, this is why you got all this excess white light off your ceiling bouncing off your walls, is because the screen is reflecting too much white light in every direction. Where in black technology, what we developed, we absorb the light. And this is what I tried to explain to people. You're not actually seeing black. On a white screen, you can't pick it up. Even at 6,500 lumen top Chrissy, you're not picking it up. I was talking to my Lord this morning. I got up and I figured, what is the best way to give you a huge insight on exactly what you are really seeing from your projector is to do this on a 135-inch screen. And to show a white screen on this side, and this is not any white screen, this is actually an elite screen, elite white screen. Just show you exactly how much contrast you're missing from your screen. And not only that, how poorly your picture image looks. Excuse me. So that means at 6,500 lumens, in order for you to get a decent image, you have to be in the dark with 6,500 lumens. Can't even use it with the lights on. Oops, I'm hitting my controller. Let's go with, let me see the star field. Which one it gets in outer space. Outer space, Nebulon. I think we did that one already before. Let's go with, let me see. Samsung QLED demonstrations. There you go. Silver screens will do the exact same thing. We'll be doing that test on Sunday. I already ordered the product. It will be here on Sunday. We will begin those tests. Or it's going to be a one-day test. I already know from the door what's going to happen. I already called it. We already did a Seymour AV 1.3. We did a matinee silver, and we did the daylight parallax, whatever. There's silver screen. I think the 2.3 silver screen versus a black screen. You have to be to pull that contrast level. Not only do you have to be to pull the contrast level, but you have to have a perfect balance, which means you have to be to pull a high enough white level where the black levels don't overshadow the white levels and the image becomes up too dark. Now again, coming back to here real quick, let me show you this. Go back a little bit more. Do you see how much white light pushes off on your walls? Again, in your ceiling? All that white light reflecting that 6,500 lumens, and it'll do it at 43, it'll do it at 1,000. Doesn't make a difference. It's going to reflect all that excess light all over your theater room. And see, some of you have dedicated theater rooms. You got it nice and dark in there. There's no point in having a nice dark theater room if you're reflecting white light all over the place. Where if you see with our technology, there's no white light anywhere because that screen is designed to absorb all that excess light. See, as I told you before, screens can maintain white levels. That's not a problem. Look at the white screen. Where's the contrast on? Completely gone. This whole entire background is supposed to be black. It's not even there. Look at all that white light just pushed off on your wall and your ceiling, and look at it here. This is the way your screen is supposed to look in a dedicated theater room. Now, it's supposed to have all this excess light pushing around your walls and your ceiling. The difference between here and there. Light gray screens, and we're going to do a demonstration against the black silver. Oh, you got to see that one. Black silvers do the exact same thing because black silvers can mimic contrast levels. It's going to produce an image just like this, and it's not going to show any light pushing off on the wall. We're going to take a regular gray screen, hit it, and all this white light is going to push against the wall because there's no code in it to read it. I told you even 12s have codes in them. See how deep black that looks? Look at it here. Nothing. That's a huge difference. Look at the color. Color washed out there. Color washed out completely here. This is supposed to be yellow. That's not even yellow because there's no contrast and it can't pick it up. Take our lights out. See if we have a better chance. Nope. This is supposed to be blue. This is why when you have a white screen or any light gray screen that can't pick up a contrast level properly, this is why you have to calibrate your projector. This is why, because your colors don't come in correctly. That's why you got to go and you got to calibrate. And people sit there and say, oh, but you got to calibrate. No, you have to calibrate. Calibrate is a handicap. It's not a good thing. It's a handicap. So anytime you got to go and you got to calibrate your projector, your system is handicapped. Just to put it on that level. Black screens and screens that have coding in them don't require calibrating a projector because they can automatically read color, where this screen can't read it. And that's why when you turn your lights out and your image looks faded, the blues don't look correctly, the colors don't look correctly, the colors look off. That's why you have to go in and you have to calibrate your projector because your colors are not popping up correctly. Where this projector has never been calibrated. And look how deep my reds are and the whites. Look at the black level. And let me explain something to you. A lot of people don't understand this. You can calibrate your projector to the sun comes up and down. You cannot calibrate contrast into your screen. Anyone who tells you this has lied to you. That's virtually impossible because if that was the case that you could calibrate a white screen to look like a black screen when it comes to contrast, there'd be no point in basically having black technology or darker screens because you can easily calibrate that into a white screen. Let's go back there a minute. So I want to click on. Oh man, hit that twice. I ain't about the sensitive controllers. Give me a minute. Try to click it just right on that more. Hey, how you doing? Just perfectly on that. There we go. There you go. As I said before in many demonstrations, when it comes to our black technology, and it even says it in the description, when you go into on our site, it says the white levels will be a tad low, but nothing that's going to disrupt your picture quality where you can't see the screen. I'm pretty sure you can see the screen crystal clear with no problem whatsoever. So how is it so dark you can't see the screen? You can see the individual hairs on her eyebrows, the jewelry on her ears, her jawline, her lipstick, the nose, everything. You can make out everything crystal clear. Okay. Just want to clear that up real quick. And keep in mind, on this side, we have the white screen. White levels are going to be much higher because it's a white screen, but as you can see before, your contrast is completely gone. And this is with the lights out at 6,500 lumens. This is with the lights on with 6,500 lumens. This is the projector we're using in the back, the big boy Christie, at 6,500 lumens. And you can't pick it up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back a minute here. We're going to pause right there. All right. We are going to get, for my selection, Silver Screen. This is made by a company we all know. I butchered their names a million times. I do apologize and no disrespect toward them whatsoever. I think it's Parallax Pure. This is their Silver Screen. 2.3 silver. Now, when somebody made the comment about the screen paint that you can get from Home Depot for 50 bucks, I'm going to show you why it's a bad idea. And keep in mind, this is not screen paint from Home Depot. These are actually certified projection screens. This right here is daylight. We have the Seymour AV 1.3, the Seymour AV Matinee Silver, and we have a Great Cinema 5D over there. I'm going to put that right here. All right. Now that's that particular, like I said, this is a very high performance certified screen. If this screen is having a problem picking up contrast and color, what do you think is going to happen if we take that silver paint and we put it up here? All right, let's go over to, let's see, we need to bring up our search. This is why a lot of those screens will stay away from the Starfield demonstration, because as I said before, that's a very hard demonstration to pull. I get people get angry with me every time I say the word Starfield demonstration. Well, if your product can pick up on a Starfield, you can show your contrast is actually working correctly. That's how we know if your contrast is not working correctly. It doesn't pull up a jet black image. We all know outer space is black. It's not white. So how is your projector seeing contrast? Let's take our lights out, get in the dark in here, and show you exactly what you're actually seeing in the dark. You actually think that you're seeing black. You're not seeing black. You're actually seeing shades of gray. That's what you're actually seeing. Doesn't make a difference how much money you pay for your projector. This is what you're seeing. You can't see contrast. If you can't see contrast, then you can't see color. See what I mean? Contrast is everything. That's why when you buy a projector, it doesn't brag about, hey, it has a 50,000 to 1 white level. It don't brag about that. It brags about the contrast level, on how deep the black levels can pull out. You're going to get, as they say, you're going to get richer, more deeper images, because that black level is going to be to push that out. Yeah, you can't get that from these screens at all, period. Let's go over to the light green. See how we have green here? See how there's no light reflecting off the ceiling? All that's being trapped. And on this side, all this is being illuminated. Let's go pick up, oh, all right, hold on for a minute. With the red too. Don't worry, we'll get there. There you go. Again, all that white light reflecting. Over here, nothing. All, it's supposed to be nice and dark, especially if you're doing dedicated theater room setups. You're not supposed to have all this white light pushing off on your walls and ceilings. That looks very, very unprofessional. Now, let's take this, the silver, I'm putting this against the white screen over here. All right, because I told you before that A lot of these big companies, they test their technology against white screens. That's how they do their demonstrations, against white screens. Well, I can understand that because majority of most screens on the market are white. If you go to Amazon, the screens are all white. If you go to eBay, the screens are all white. So I can understand their strategy behind that. But still, like I said, I wouldn't base my technology off of it. When we test our stuff out, we have to test our stuff out against their best, their top screens. Only time I'm doing this side-by-side demonstration is to show when I do business with companies and stuff like that, show them that, okay, if you're buying this, you have this white screen, and you've got a projector that's 6,500 lumens, a big boy projector such like that, which you're going to be using in their demonstrations or presentations or whatever, and they can't figure out why the image is washing out. And then keep in mind, when the image washes out, the first thing they do is they go out and they buy themselves a bigger projector with more lumens and more lumens, because they figure the higher the lumen count, the better they're going to be to pick up the image, because the image may be washing out because of the ambient light in the environment. Yeah, that's one of them. But most of it's because your screen's white and it can't pick up contrast. That's why. And we say, well, what if we darken the paint? What if we make a darker paint, or we paint it with black paint? Then you've got another problem, because now you can pick up the contrast levels, but you can't pick up white levels, which means now anything that comes up in white and natural colors, it's going to come up dirty. So now let's go over here on this side, and let's look at how the screen we have here is going to compare to the white screen that is there. All right. Oh yeah, and as I said before, and I told you before, that a white sheet of paper is no different than a white screen. I lie to you not. You can sit there, and I've seen some of these white screens on Amazon and say, but it has a 2.0 gain. Yeah, a white sheet of paper doesn't have a 2.0 gain. It's a white sheet of paper, and guess what? It'll blend in this screen. And mind you, this is an Elite screen. This is not a generic knockoff screen. This is an actual official Elite white screen. Came with one of our kits. Well, actually came with one of our screens that unfortunately didn't come with the tension rod, but I couldn't finish building the screen. I'll be back. I need a white sheet of paper. So that right there is a matinee silver that's put on the screen right now. Get a little bit of an improvement, but not much. Mind you, that screen right there, that's $5,000 right there. So you know that from the door. It's a $5,000 projection screen at 100 inches. So when you go to, what burns me up is when you go to Amazon and they show you a white screen and you see that Photoshop image over top of it, it's a Photoshop image. And you've seen a bunch of family members sitting around and they got the lights on and the screen looks crystal clear, better than the TV. Yeah, you're not going to get that same result when you get home. It's going to go way worse than that. And they say, oh, but it has a 2.0 and it produces a much brighter image and deeper colors and true contrast levels. That's not going to happen. So we're going to take our white piece of paper and we'll stick it right there. There's the white piece of paper. That's printing paper that I had under my desk for printing out labels. Told you, just the same as a white piece of paper. That's all it is. If you're going to go down the road of getting a white screen, just go get a bid sheet. Go buy a white bid sheet and be done with it, because it's the same thing. But like I said, in the description of the product, they'll make it sound like, oh, no. It is the most advanced white screen you will ever get your hands on. Look at that from a distance. That is not good. Let's go over here real quick. So the beautiful thing about our technology is that we can take a screen like this or those and paint it and have it look like that. Let's see how much light we have on here, because we can switch down to 5,000 lumens after this. Let's see how much power we got. Ooh, man, we really drained the daylights out of this one. All right, we're down to 1 minute, so my machine is about to shut down. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pause here, and we're going to swap out projectors. Let me shut this off first. Bring that battery quick. This is why I got to bring in the bigger battery. Got a bigger battery coming in. So we'll shut down the, and we'll hook up the other one. So we disconnect from this one. I can run this to the back of my Chrissy. So now we're jumping down from 6,500 lumens to 5,000 lumens. So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting ready to set up my Chrissy. This is my Chrissy big boy right there. This is the big boy we just about finished using. This one we're shutting down right now. That one's running off battery power right there. And it drained the battery. I want to get the big boy in there, get another battery pack in here. Well, actually, I got the Delta 1300 coming in, so that's enough to run it, no problem. So I'll wait for this thing to shut down. I don't know what I'm worried about. It's running off battery, so I'll turn this one on now. So we're going to fire up the Chrissy right now. So Chrissy's coming on right now. Now the projector we just got finished shutting down, which was the Chrissy LW650. That is a 720p projector, by the way. That's not even 1080p, that's a 720p. The projector we're firing right now is a Chrissy 1080p projector, 1920 by 1200. I think this one has a weird res. It's something like 1388 by something 768. It's something weird. There we go. Should be that fast, that quick. Boom. See the brightness drop from 6,500 lumens? We're at 6,500 and 5,000 lumens. All right, so we got this right here. So there's a white sheet of paper, and still, like I said, at 5,000 lumens, you still, that's a white sheet of paper right there. All right, what else we got? Cinema Gray 5D. Cinema Gray 5D should actually show up much better because it is a darker screen. So we should get much darker instead of this one. All right. There we go. Much better. Much better. Now, like I said, you're testing this against a white screen, so much better. Didn't stay, but much better. All right, we need more sticky. We can get some more. We have the sticky right there. That stays. Let me go get some of the darker screens. Let's get the Dark Star 9 up here, which is a darker screen, matinee black, and I think a Blade. We need a Blade DMP Supernova for this one. DMP Supernova. Yeah, DMP Supernova. All right, I'm back. Now, let me make a statement real quick. Yesterday, I did a demonstration about a Metallica screen paint. And before people start going into a frenzy saying, oh, you're talking about someone, calm down. Too many people make Metallica screen paints out there. All right, then. So anyway, there's a fellow who came on YouTube and made a comment about me and the other one. I'm not going to mention his name, but you know what I'm talking about. So he made a comment about both of us. So he was saying, well, instead of buying their product, let me show you how you can go to Home Depot and make something for 50 bucks. Wasn't up for 50 bucks. He just bought regular silver paint and do the same thing. Now, I can't speak for the other person, but I can clearly speak for myself and explain to this particular individual who made the comment. Before you make a suggestion like that, I would really seriously consider looking at my video demonstrations and what we make over here. Because if you think that that silver compound, whatever hobby paint that you get over at Home Depot competes to black technology or anything we design with coating technology, you're going to be really embarrassed by Sunday. Because by Sunday, when that gets here and we do those demonstrations, and keep in mind, just to give you an idea of what's going to happen to that screen, is that we took 3 certified screens. The Matinee Silver, Seymour 81.3, and I think Parallax, if I'm saying that correctly, or Parallax, well, I'll get it right correctly, they're 2.0, and those are certified silver screens against a black screen. So, the reason why I tell you got to be careful about people like this is because these are people that will tell you anything. There'll be no testing behind it, no serious demonstrations behind it. And the problem you have is you'll paint this mess on your screen. You end up messing up your screen from the door. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Number one, that silver coating he's showing you, that's going to hotspot like crazy. I wouldn't even run that on a 65 or even the 5000, not even the 43s would basically hotspot the daylights out of that screen. So I'm going to show you why you don't do that. And keep in mind, in the demonstration that I saw, you can't just take something, paint it on a wall, put it in a dark environment, hit it with a high power projector, and go, voila, it looks fantastic. I can do the same thing with the white screen right here. Take my screen out of the equation and put the white screen up there and do the exact same thing. So, no. You didn't do any of the demonstrations. There's no ultra short throw demonstrations on the product, no long distance demonstration, no contrast demonstrations, no ambient light rejection demonstrations, no certified screen versus demonstrations, nothing. So every test that you skipped in your demonstration will be done here on Sunday. So we can show you why you don't want to basically go to Home Depot, buy a silver Metallica paint and paint this on your wall. And on top of that, this stuff, and we've seen it before, because like I said, I have to test my stuff on everything. This stuff is really, really runny like water. You will streak the daylights out of your screen. You will have to do multiple passes in order to actually even out the paint on the surface. And if you're doing this on PVC, well, that's your personal nightmare right there altogether, because it takes forever to dry on PVC. And on top of that, you still run the risk, if you do this on a motorized screen, it will stick in the engine or the motor. You gotta make the motor. So like I said, you'll see. Now, as I said, they make several different forms of this Metallica paint. PPJ is one of them. M&M is another one. M&M is actually a more higher grade version of PPJ. PPJ is pretty much a more generic company. M&M is more expensive. That stuff will cost you $100 just for a gallon. So that's a more advanced version of it. That's what we ordered, to show you that I'm going to buy a higher version of what you think it's going to work, and it's still going to fail on our technology. And if you really want to go back to history here, well, before Home Depot had P&J and M&M, they had Martha Stewart. And Martha Stewart used to make these things called Metallica, whatever, their pastel paints. She used to have this collection before basically all went sour with the contract with Home Depot, and they pulled their contract. So yeah. But I think when this fellow came out there, I think before you go out there and you mention my name about saying that, you know, you can save money, so and so and so, well, at least try to do any of my demonstrations to begin with to show that you are equal to my technology. And then on top of that, like I said, do more than just basically paint the screen on the wall and then basically turn on all your lights. So we're going to test it for you. We're going to do the proper test on what you need to see if you do decide to paint this stuff on your wall, which I advise you not to do. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's your home theater system. Just like when you're looking at my technology right now versus a white screen versus these $4,000 and $5,000 projection screens, is your money at the end of the day. You can go out and spend $4,000 or $5,000 for a projection screen, go spend a couple of $1,000s for a screen, but at the end of the day, I can show you that you're not going to get that. All right, let's see. We have, this is the more darker version, Parallax Pure 0.8. This is their darker version. This is the version when I saw this on their when they were doing the demonstration. I thought this was black. I literally thought this was a black screen when I first looked at it. Oh, I got a black screen. That's a good challenge. You know what I mean? So I bought it and found out it wasn't black. And it's not even gunmetal. The black diamonds are gunmetal. This is not gunmetal. Kind of a darker silver, but it's not gunmetal. The black diamond is a gunmetal screen. So there we go. Getting a little darker now. We're going to get to the Dark Star 9, which is actually darker than that screen. It's much darker than that screen. Where my scissors at? This is why I start this at 6 o'clock, because now sun's coming up and this room is going to get filled up with light, and I wanted to do this with light. So we're going to have to go back and run this back tonight, because it's very important for you to see with the lights out and lights on. That's important for you to see. Here's the Dark Star 9. I'll put that right here. See how the Dark Star 9 pulls a much better image? It's a much darker screen. So the darker the screen, the more money you're going to pay for it. If you start off with the Elite screen, which is the Elite screen, the white screen we have here, then you move up to the Cinema Gray, which is a little darker. We have the Cinema Gray here? Yes, we have the Cinema Gray here. Cinema Gray here, and I need to find my scissors, because I need my scissors really bad. Let me see. I need to cut this sticky, and I have a sticky, but I have no. Alright, so got a pair of scissors. I don't know what I do with the other ones. I had them here and I had them here. So we'll go with the Cinema Gray. Now Cinema Gray, this is the Elite screen. See, it probably costs you around, I don't know, we gotta look it up on Amazon because I don't want to second guess this thing. So I got my computer over here. This is the Cinema Gray. This is how light they are. It's around maybe $600. You can probably about $600 or $800. This screen. We'll put this right here. Let's take this one out. Let's put this one over top of this one right here. Let's do that there. And then what we'll do is we'll take, this is already an Elite screen anyway. So we'll start off with their cheapest one. Well, actually the cheapest one would be the white one. That would be the cheapest one. That would be the white one. And then you would move over to the Cinema Gray 5D. Then you'd move over to the Dark Star 9. That's how it would go. So you start off with the cheapest screen, which will be the white screen. Well, God, the amazing thing that this larger screen we have is an Elite screen. But anyway, so that's what you start off with. That's the bottom dollar screen. That's the cheap screen. And any white screen you see, that any company has a white screen, if they have other selection of other gray screens, the white screen is the bottom dollar screen. Go to Amazon, you buy a screen from there, that is the bottom dollar screen. That's a cheap screen. Well, let me show over here. Move this out of the way. I love how when you go to these on Amazon and how they show off how amazing the screen looks, how you have the whole family in there. Like I said, you have the outdoor setting. And the screen looks incredible. And people literally believe that that's how their screen's going to look when they get home. So you're looking at that white screen over there, and you're looking at those high-performance screens. The darker those screens get, the higher that price is going to jump on that screen. Now, when you look at the Elite screen over there, the Cinema Gray, which is slightly a little darker, is going to cost you $600 to $800. We're talking about 100. This is a 135-inch screen. There's no way in the world you're going to get that for 135 inch. You're going to pay way more than that. And then you're talking about the Cinema Gray 5D, which is a little darker than the Cinema Gray. Now you're talking about $1,300-$1,400. And then when you talk about the Dark Star 9, which you see is a fantastic improvement, now you're talking about $2,000 to $3,000. And that's where you just jump to. Now this is what I'm talking about when I watch these demonstrations. See how my environment is where I can have, and you've seen demonstrations where I open up my curtains and all that other nonsense and everything. My screen downstairs is 126 inches and it sits literally in a bay of windows. Where in these demonstrations, this is not who you think it is, this is somebody else. And you can tell by the environment. You see how the screen is sitting tucked in like this? See how dark it is around the edges? See where the windows right here? They consider, because they pulled the blinds up, this is considered to be ambient light rejection. It's not touching the screen. If it's coming out, it's hitting right along here. You got to watch and look at the physics of light and where light is actually hitting that at the bottom. Now, if he really wanted to paint this, he should have painted this all the way from here to here, expanding the screen size. Because remember, the smaller the screen, that means the tighter the pixels stick together. That means the sharper and brighter the image becomes. So what he should have did was he should expand this all the way across from here to here, so that way any light would have came in, would have made contact with the screen. Little tricks. And you have an overhead light too. I don't know why you don't have that turned on. That should be turned on also. This room should be well lit, as we have in here. This is supposed to be a silver paint, but we're going to put this to the test. And I guarantee you, it's not going to do well. All right, so let's come out of here and let's go over to, I need to go over to the Amazon. I'll get in touch with that later. Let me see, Amazon on white projection screens. I don't think they should do that. I think if Amazon is selling screens, I don't think they should allow the merchants to Photoshop images on it, giving the customer the illusion that that's what it's going to look like when they get it home. They should never do that. All right, my light's on. Projection screens. There we go. This is what you see when you come in here. You come in here, if you're buying a screen for the first time, you think that literally is going to be the image that you're going to pick up off that screen. That is really badly faded. Let's go to, these are portables. We want, and I definitely know that's not going to look like that. No, not on a white screen. This is what they're promising. This is what it's going to look like. When I grew up and fell in love. I turn it off. It could be licensed music. That's why. I put together dozens and dozens of these white screens. That's actually one of the better ones. If you're putting together a screen, a fixed frame screen that has that spring support system on the back of it, that is a freaking nightmare. Especially if it's generic, it's a nightmare. But Elite screens, their spring system is beautiful. It's smooth as glass, easy to put together. But some of them, they make the springs too short, and you literally got to go into Hulk mode. Oh, it's going to be really bad. I hate white screens so much. If you notice, they don't show any contrast demonstrations, no deep colors. I hate them. I hate white screens. I really do. I know exactly how horrible those things are. That's all they're going to show you. I should buy me a white. No, I'm not buying a white screen for what? What I use it. I don't even know what to begin to use it for. I'm sorry, it's just how I feel. I can't stand white screens. I hate them. It just so much, you lose so much color, so much contrast from your projector. I see right there to explain to you. Get a 2.1 gain, Ultra HD 2.1 gain brighter than other screens. That's an Elite screen over there. This is the image that they're promising. You're going to get all this contrast. That's not going to happen. I should build me something like this for the backyard. This would be pretty cool for an ultra short throw setup for the backyard. Yeah, that would build me an ultra short. You know what? I'm thinking I might redo my screen upstairs on my deck. I want something like this now. This is what I like. This. For a minute, hold on. Let's save this image because we're building that. I'm building that. I'm definitely going to put that together. That is hot. I like that. I like that setup. Couldn't care less about the screen, but that setup is freaking hot. That would look really nice. Oh, that would look real nice. Yeah, definitely got to get some blueprints to start working on this. Yes, because this is what I want. See how they got the upstairs of this area right here? It looks like they're outside, but they're inside, but they're outside. That's what I want to achieve on the deck outside. I want it to look like it's inside, but it's outside. Like you're in your living room right now. You can look up and you can see all the stars. That's what I want. That's the vision I have in my head right now. I like this right here. This right here I like. I'm going to have to build this. This has to be built. I need this right here. I'm going to have to send a driver to go pick up lumber. But like I said, everything's on hold. I can't build this right now because it's too cold outside to build this. But I'm definitely going to put something together just like this. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. All right. I like how they got that set up right there. And this is how bright that image is supposed to look. That's not going to happen. Look how bright that looks. Now you know darn well the contrast level is not going to come up that dark in a boardroom. What screen is this by any chance? I might just buy one of these anyway. This is $169. They ain't bad. $170. I can get it for much cheaper than that. I'll buy one next week. I'm going to buy one of these next week. Let's save this. And we're going to see if we can get this same. We know it's not going to happen. We both know. But I could use the 100-inch because I could use it for something else. Something else I can use it for. So I need a 100-inch screen anyway. So I'll buy that one next week. So then we have the Elite screen over here, which is, like I said, much more advanced than this, but still it's a white screen. As I said, at the end of the day, all white screens are the same. There's nothing different about it. Whoops, little guys are falling over. They're all the same. There's nothing about it. But I love how they show you these pictures where you're supposed to be getting this amazing image. Silver ticket. I got one of those downstairs hanging on the wall right now. See how fake Photoshop that is? That is so fake right there. Yeah, you're not getting that. Okay. I don't know why they still sell white screens. Do you have any idea how long white screens have been around? White screens have been around since the silent era movies. Way before the silver screens started coming out, the white screens were first. And then they started dabbling and came up with the silver screen. But like I said, one of the things I like to study when it comes to a home theater, not the newer stuff, I like to go back in time when people started developing film and all that when it came to movies and stuff like that. That's what I find interesting. The newer stuff today, I'm not really hyped about, but I like to go back and see how people really started developing film, how they wanted to just bring things to life on the big screen. That's what I find fascinating. And the white screens have been around since the silent era in movie theater industry. So that tells you how old these screens are. As I said before, there's nothing wrong with your projector. Your screen just hasn't caught up yet. That's all. That's the problem you're having. But yet they still sell them. And keep in mind, they had plenty enough time to get them out of circulation since the silent era. That's a long time. Consider about what, 1920s? Probably 1920s at the most. 1920, 1920 songs from 1920s around that time. So you had from that era until now to basically get rid of these things, and they still sell them. That's like buying a brand new car and finding an 8-track in there. You know something's wrong there. They still make 8-tracks. I don't think they do manufacture. You can find 8-tracks in circulation, these old ones, but no company's making new 8-tracks at all, period. The 8-track. I remember my brother had one. It's like watching somebody shove a VCR tape into a cassette. player. It's pretty interesting. You had to have stacks of them in your car. And that shows you how old I am. That shows you my age. Now, remember the Dark Star 9, really quick. How great the Dark Star 9 looks on here. Okay. The Dark Star 9, put that against the black screen. Now, the Dark Star 9. When you see me walking like that, I'm trying to make sure I don't hit my cables. There you go. Can't pull contrast level. On a white screen, as the tester screens against, it'll run perfectly. It's going to be to pull that contrast level. But if they were to switch it over and try to test it on our technology when it comes to contrast level, the screen would fail because the screen can't actually go against a black screen. It doesn't pull a contrast level. Take the rest of these off. Right here. These right here and here. There. White sheet paper here. There. The white screen. Take this right here and here. And we'll put this right there. Voila. And well, sun's up in the morning, so this place gets pretty well bright in here. Time to get ready to start my day. All right, so today I'm going to be putting on labels. My containers come. Oh my goodness, I swear I'm so frustrated by this stuff. My containers are going to be coming in, so that's good. I'm starting to print out my labels, getting ready, because like I said, I'm going to be recording the whole ship out date. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a whole lot. It is. It's a blessing. Thank you all for the support. I appreciate it. I really do. So I do appreciate the support. I am so thankful for you guys for supporting my company. Thank you so much. And it's going to be a couple overwhelming days because we got a lot of orders that came in, especially for the black. Like I said, 12 sell like crazy. So we're going to be doing some more demonstrations on this later on tonight. I want to do lights out only demonstrations for tonight. For those who have dedicated theater room setups, so you can see exactly what you're really getting from a white screen or a gray screen versus our technology. And I can show you exactly. One of the things you're definitely going to notice is how much white light is going to push off that screen, and it's going to reflect on your walls and ceiling, where the black screen is just going to absorb everything in, and you're just going to get nothing but screen, and that's what you're supposed to get, especially for those who have dedicated theater room setups. All right. Thank you all for the comments. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Y'all have a blessed day. Be safe out there. And I'll be back on later on the night to do the lights out demonstration next. All right? Okay. Gotta go.